This is iPhone 10. It is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone.
The iPhone 10, or as most people like to call it, the X, is Apple's latest and greatest smartphone out of their lineup this year, compared to the 8 or the 8 Plus. Now, I've had the phone for about a week now, and while it has its flaws, I have to say, it's not a bad phone. Now, the iPhone 10 has an all-new 5.8-inch Super Retina display that fills the front of the screen with the notch at the top as its only exception. The screen itself is an OLED display that uses the new True Tone feature, which, from a glance, allows the phone to look both brighter and clearer compared to all the previous phones that it's had and most other phones on the market currently. The highlight of these two phones, however, is the front and back facing camera. For video, the phone allows for 4K at 60 frames per second, and in terms of slow-mo, it allows 1080p at 200 frames per second. Using the dual cameras on the back, which personally, I'm gonna use those a lot. The new high frame rates with 4K footage, Apple packing that into a phone, that's pretty impressive. With the front-facing camera, the phone uses a true depth camera that allows the phone to have Face ID, which is the replacement for Touch ID. Unlike the iPhone 8, the front-facing camera on both of these allow for portrait mode. Now, the portrait mode is the mode on your camera that allows the background to be blurred, that only the iPhone 8 Plus, the 7 Plus, and now the 10 have. However, there are still a lot of problems with it. When you take a selfie with portrait mode on the front-facing camera, the camera doesn't always differentiate you from the background, so the blur isn't always perfect. But I'm sure Apple will try to fix that in future software updates, but currently the portrait mode isn't the best on the front-facing camera. I have to say, I'm very impressed with how Face ID works. It's not awfully slow, but it's not bad. I have to say it works about 90% of the times, and when it works very well. It registers your face, and then you can unlock it with a swipe. So is Face ID as good as Touch ID? No, not yet. We've had Touch ID since the 5S, and it wasn't perfect at first, but eventually they got it to work perfectly almost. So I'm assuming that in future phones or future software updates and the iOS, Face ID is probably gonna get a lot better than it is right now, which isn't too bad, and I got used to it within a few days. Now, as you guys have noticed probably by all the marketing things and just looking at the phone, there's no more home button. And all the features that the home button has now all been replaced by gestures that I actually got used to quite quickly. Now to get to different features on the phone, you just swipe from different points on the phone and that'll get you to wherever you want to go. So would I recommend this phone? That's a tough question. If you're as into Apple as I am and you're really into these features, yeah, get the phone. The price isn't cheap. It's $999 for the cheapest version, which is 64 gigabytes. And then it jumps straight to 256 gigabytes of storage for a lot higher of a price at almost $1,300. If your only concern is the lack of a home button, I say get the phone. I wanted to test to see how people and my friends would react to this new phone. So I showed a few people and here are their reactions to it.
Can I see it? Let me see it.
That's the case, not the actual phone. Ready? Close your eyes. No, he doesn't know. He doesn't the case. No, close your eyes. Ready? Close your eyes. Ready? No, he needs to hold their hand now. One person. Okay.
No, I'm doing it.
I can't.
I'm doing it in the middle.
Okay, ready?
Tell me when. It's so pretty. Oh my god! Wait, how does it work? That is. How does it work? It's actually really
okay.
Cool. So what the hell?
Okay, now swipe up. I unlocked everything.
Whoa! Take a selfie. Wait, can I touch it? Such good quality.
Wait, can I touch it?
Wait, where's home screen?
It's so clear.
Oh my god.
From this to the iPhone 4. Here, I'm gonna take a picture of you. Ready?
I'm gonna show you photos that I took. Not edited in any way. Ready?
Okay.
Ignore the fact that I look ugly as hell, but that.
Oh my god! Whoa!
Nelson a bad bitch.
Whoa.
This wasn't edited in any way.
Taken on the iPhone 10.
Yeah.
I need it. Can we have a photo shoot?
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Not really a review and also not a vlog, which is neither thing on my channel that I do. So, don't worry guys, next week or whenever I upload next, it'll be more of a vlog that I've been doing. But until then, see you next time.